Hello and welcome back to Hillside Power Sport Repair. Today I'm going to try and do some mild restoration on this front fender from this Honda ATC 70. This is actually from my son's machine, but he's little and he's a 6, and he ran his feet raw inside the pool, and now Dad decided he'd take his lunch break and work on his three-wheeler for him. It's kind of the right thing, if you will. So it's fairly cracked, a couple different spots, got a bunch of dirt in it. Went through with some cleaner on the top end, and then in the bottom end, actually, I ended up using some white vinegar. It's just what I had. It was wet. It comes out clean. Went ahead and tried to buff out all the mud, all the nastiness I could come up with in there, and just get it out. And I didn't do what might reference as a body man's repair here. It's almost a down and dirty thing, but went ahead and got the plastic welder out, the hot stapler. Now you'll notice I got the wire cutters out. I bought a whole mess of these hot staples, and one leg of them has a little burr on it, and they just will not start in the gun there. But went through and just kind of worked from the crack sort of out in places, do a couple stitches where places looked like they lined up really well, and it was for sure like had some sort of a line or something in it where that's where it was supposed to go, and I was pretty happy with it. So trimmed a little bit off that leg, and you gotta kind of just real slow force everything back together where it really matches up. And I was pretty happy with it, to be honest with you. I think it went together pretty quick as far as that goes. Now, this is at 4 times speed. I've probably got half hour, 45 minutes in this, something like that. But it makes a big difference in how the machine looks. And the little boy wants to sell this and buy himself something that he feels a little more comfortable with at this age. And I'm fully supportive of that as his father. So I want to make sure he gets kind of top dollar, if you speak, or if you say. I will say the plastic on this stuff, this older plastic's from 1985. It's pretty soft. It takes heat fast. It cools down slow, and it's fairly thin. Where the plastic staples, if you look at it just right, when I flip it back over, you'll actually see there's some marks, and one place where you can actually sort of see the metal where it was trying to melt through. I did take that time to use the back of my hand where you could kind of see it. Sorry about showing you. I guess I have a bald spot. Would you look at that? Son of a gun. I'll be danged. This is how you know your wife lies to you. You have a bald spot. You find it on camera. I'll be danged. Anyways, well, that's fun. Went ahead and plastic welded all of this here. Plastic stitched, hot stapled. Really happy with this process. It's very tough. It's very stout. You got to use a lot of them. You got to kind of do over the whole of the crack. So try and get the entirety of the crack, if you can, covered with these things, one way or another. You can see there I've got quite a few of them in at this point, and they are really stout. It really held together well. Sorry about seeing the back of my head so much. One of the reasons I don't have any background noise on this is there was a large dragonfly in here, and I bet he was 7 inches long. Tried to take some pictures of him. He was a big dude, and he come in here, and I could not get him out. I don't know if he's resting on something now or what, but there's been a couple times when he'll beat against the lights and beat against the ceiling, and I've tried to shush him out and took a broom and kind of not swung at him, but just kind of moved it in such a way that I thought he might be afeard of it and run out, and he just has absolutely no fear, and he's huge. So anyways, yeah, we went over it like this. Lots of plastic staples. And remember, our initial action here, besides taking it off, was to get the cleaners and get all the dirt and impurities I could find on the front side off. Now, I'm not painting it at this point because it won't fit the theme of the entire little vehicle. But what I did do was we end up taking a heat gun to it. And just, you talk about going slow and being careful. This is one of those applications. There's only a couple mounting points. It's got a big arch in it, either way here. And this is an opportunity to make the staples that you just put in it look like crap if you're not careful. And this is an opportunity to just warp it all to hell. I didn't want to do this on the machine because I wanted some of the weight to be on the opposite ends here. That way, if it does try and draw up, it won't draw up as much. Whereas if it was supported in the middle, it would try and kind of draw up, meaning it would droop. So that looks pretty decent. We are plastic fixed there, and got the heat gun. Set my fat butt back in my slowly braking lawn chair. Now the first couple passes, you can't see a whole lot happen. There's a reason for that. It's on low. With the machine on low, I'm not making much difference, but I am heating the lowest part that has contact with the metal on the bottom. So we have some sort of heat building up there. That's where the heat would suck out most of the way, and of course heat rises. So we are kind of preheating the entire piece at this point. Somewhere in here, fairly shortly, I switched to the high heat, which is what will actually get the layer on the very top of it, kind of smooth that out a little bit. Again, I'm not looking for perfection. You can kind of see there's a little bit of a difference between where the heat gun is and where it was or hasn't been as we go over each one. Note how unsteady my hand is. I am not a painter. Never claimed to be. I've painted a couple cars, but I wasn't a painter. So anyways, just went over it and tried to slowly create some sort of a uniform surface. This helps with small scratches. It helps with oxidation. It just works out pretty well. There's a lot of people on the internet, on YouTube, that will show you how to do this. Some of them do it with a map gas torch, this, that, whatever. It's fine. This old heat gun and I've been around several years together. This is not the first piece of plastic gets heated, and I'm just better with it because I'm used to it. So go over it, try and make it all the same sheen, and that's it, man. Say, plastic staples, heat gun, ATC 70 Honda Fender. And this thing will be for sale here, I don't know, a couple weeks, month. But thanks for watching. Have a great day. Please feel free to use our affiliate links, and look forward to making more videos for you and hearing from our viewers. Yeah, America.